Linden Park, Act 1, Scene 1. Lights up on Will laying in the center of the basketball court. He's in the daze, with a basketball tightly grasped close to his chest. Neighborhood sounds are heard. He gets up slowly.
Okay, I'll try again. I just wanted to rest. I'm tired, Chip. Okay, I got it. I said I got it. I don't like to dribble with my left. I keep missing the shot. Take your time. It's all in the wrist. I got this. Are you watching? Okay, I'm trying to do what you show me. Shut up. 1, focus on the goal. 2, bend your arms, flex your wrists. 3, feel the weight of the ball. 4, move up and down. 5, let it fly.
Basketball doesn't go in. Ball goes off stage. Yvette comes in with ball in hand and a shopping cart full of things to start setting up for the rally.
Will, this is Chip's ball.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. I can tell. He always signed his basketballs. His name may have faded a bit, but it's his ball.
So you want it back?
No. Can I hold it for a second?
Here.
Chip may have looked like his father, but he had my hands, a curse handed down from a long line of women in my family with man-sized hands. Thank God he wasn't a girl, or he would have been teased as much as I was. This was his favorite ball. I've been looking for it.
I found it under the truck where he was.
He loved this ball so much.
I know.
It was the game-winning ball from the state regional playoffs last year. He shot that three-point shot from half court and won the game. You remember? The crowd was so excited, they bum rushed the court. After the game, World B. Free went to Chip's locker room and congratulated him and touched this ball. This ball.
Yeah. I remember he would tell me that story all the time. Told me who World Be Free was. Said, if you have a legend in your presence, you know you're going to be somebody.
You don't need to have a legend in your presence to know that.
You could take the ball back if you want it.
You'll get more use out of it than I will. Go ahead. I want to watch you play.
Okay.
Who were you talking to before I got here?
No one?
I heard you talking and playing. Were you talking to Chip?
Maybe.
You know, I come here to talk to Chip too. This park was his sanctuary. In a way, his energy still lives here. I can still see and hear him playing basketball and calling plays, pretending to pass the ball to LeBron and getting assists from Curry. He loved this park. This spot will always be special, specifically right here. Let me show you something. Chip showed me this some time ago. If you stand here and look up, what do you see?
Trees, sky.
Right. It's the only spot in the park that you are surrounded by trees and not buildings. He would stand here for hours just thinking of the possibilities and dream of being a big basketball star. What were you two talking about? I won't tell anyone. It will be between you and I.
He would just show me how to dribble and shoot.
Oh, how did he show you?
I got to practice first before I can show you.
Practice makes perfect.
I wish I knew how much practice.
Oh, come on, Chip, try again.
Will takes his stance to shoot. Will shoots the ball, but it doesn't go in. He feels defeated.
Will, it's me, Will.
Oh, sorry, hon. Remember how far apart your legs should be. Look at me. Try to have your legs almost shoulder length apart. That should help ground you. So at 4, separate legs, then move up and down. 5, let it fly.
Will takes his stance to shoot. He shoots and misses again.
You see, that's better. Just keep on going through those steps and you'll get it. It'll go in someday.
Thanks.
Now put that ball down and help me get this stuff together. You're wrinkling the banner. I got it. How are you feeling about today?
I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it.
I'm not either, but it's necessary.
I don't want to be here.
The whole neighborhood is going to be here for the rally and to honor Chip. And they know that you two were very close. They want to see you and know that you're okay.
I'm fine. I just don't want to be here.
There are times in life when we just have to show up, put a smile on our face and just show up. Hopefully you can make other people feel better with your presence, even if you don't want to be here.
Yeah? So we got to pretend to be happy when we're really not? Just to please other people? Why do we have to do that?
I don't know, baby, but I do know that if you don't try, you'll never get there. You have to always keep a little bit of joy tucked right here. You'll find it again. I know you will.
Okay.
You know, if you're going to come out this early to play basketball, you should let me know. I can come out and help.
You gonna help me with?
Excuse me? Who do you think taught Chip everything he knows?
Help him with what? It damn sure wasn't you.
Oh, here you go. You know you weren't the only athlete in the family. I played ball in high school too.
Yeah, I remember. You played a total of 10 minutes your entire high school career.
Give me that.
Now, if you need help with your ball skills,
You can barely hold the ball with those small hands.
it isn't my wife you should be asking. It's me. Chip wouldn't have gotten recruited by some of the top schools in the United States if it wasn't for me.
You always try to take all the credit.
Well, I should. I'm the one that had him practicing daily, drilling him on everything. Chair pivots, 2 up, 2 back drills, speed ladders. You're the one that hated him bouncing the ball in the house.
It was noisy, and ball playing doesn't belong in the house. Hearing that ball dribble all day drove me crazy.
That's what made him good. Hell, the best. Don't act like it didn't help. Plus, how much would you give to hear that dribble through the house again?
Lord, I would give anything.
My mom won't let me bounce the ball on the floor in the house.
You have to follow your mom's rules. But do me a favor. Throw it on the ceiling a few times a week for her. You have a few more things in the house I need to bring?
Yes, thank you.
It looks like you're in a better mood than you were last night.
Today is not about me. It's about everyone else. The park, this community.
Right. Your optimism is enough for me to believe that we're going to have a good day.
We'll see. There should be tons of people showing up today. We had a really good response when I announced it at the community board meeting. People are upset about Chip's death and how our children are being treated by the police. I can't let this happen to another family.
You did a good job, babe. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. I know you didn't want to do all this.
You're right. This is not how I choose to remember my son. A rally seems like it's for show. I miss him. I just want to move on, but I will always support you. Just tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it.
Now that you mention it, I think it would be healthy for you to maybe take on a mentorship. There are a lot of young men that can use a mentor like you.
I'm nobody's mentor. I have too many of my own issues to figure out. My life hasn't exactly been a good example, you know?
Look, everybody has a past, but this could help. Give you a chance to be involved with the kids in the neighborhood.
When am I going to have time to mentor someone else's kids when we are working on rebuilding our own family?
Not this again.
Every time I bring up a baby, you shut down on me.
James, this day is already heavy. I don't need any more stress.
This conversation doesn't have to ruin your day. You're making it more than it needs to be. We're going to have to talk about this at some point.
It's too soon to be talking about a baby, James. I don't know if you noticed, but this world isn't conducive for Black children at the moment.
When has it ever been? But none of that is keeping me from wanting to be a father again. Where are you going?
I'm going to get the rest of the things from the house.
You're not walking away from me right now.
We'll talk when I get back.
No, we will talk now.
I don't want to do this in front of the kid.
You don't want to do this either.
You're right. I don't.
Boy, why are you out so early? How long have you been out here?
I haven't been out here long, and he was here.
Thanks for texting me, Yvette.
No problem.
You got nothing to say for yourself?
Take it easy on the boy.
Get in the house. You go straight home. Take your sister with you.
I want to stay and help.
How are you going to help? You haven't washed your ass, brushed your teeth, or nothing. Get in the house, get yourself cleaned up, eat something. Then you can come back and help Miss Yvette and Mr. James.
Hold up, son. I'll walk with you.
Thanks, James.
I'll be back with the rest of the stuff.
Will, take your sister. I don't know what I'm going to do with that boy. Ever since Chip, Will just hasn't been the same.
He's a good kid. He'll come around.
I hope so. I'm trying to give him his space, but I don't want him out here like that. Not anymore.
I understand.
This all just happened so fast. From the shooting, to Will testifying at Chip's trial, to the police officer being found not guilty. I don't know if he really had time to grieve. No, he's distant. Completely checked out of school. Mean. My boy didn't have a mean bone in his body, and now he's just angry all the time. He don't really talk anymore. He doesn't laugh.
I wouldn't say that. We had a nice talk this morning.
Oh, you did? Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I even got him to smile.
Wow, that's great. But he hasn't said much to me at all. That's not like him. He's just not himself anymore.
He's still there. Trust me. Don't worry. I'll talk to him about it.
You and James have done so much for me and Will already. I'll figure it out. How are you doing? Are you and James still having a really hard time?
We're okay.
You sure? Is he still trying to have another baby?
Yeah, but I decided that I don't want another child.
Why haven't you told him?
We have so much going on. It's hard to find the right moment to let him know.
How do you think he's going to take it when you tell him?
No telling. He's not an emotional person, but I think with all that's happened, he might spaz out. I don't know. Leave me?
Girl, he ain't gonna leave you.
I don't know. I just don't want to have another baby. It sounds crazy, but I thought by now I'd be
You what?
a master painter.
Girl, at least you still got your sense of humor.
I was being serious. It's silly, I know. It doesn't even matter what I wanted anyway. I have more important things to think about. The whole community is in mourning.
You can't keep carrying this place on your back.
It was all for nothing. Making sure Chip had everything he needed to go chase his own dreams. All for nothing. I don't want to put myself through that again.
It wasn't for nothing. Chip was a good kid and practically helped me raise Will. Will wants to be just like Chip.
That's sweet. The way James acts around Will, he wants to have a kid so bad. You can tell.
Well, he can have him. That man loves you to death. He's going to be by your side no matter what. Now, let me get out of here. You have me out here looking crazy early in the morning.
Okay, but I need you back early though to help me with the signs.
I'll make it quick.
Yeah, James should be coming back soon. See you later. Oh, Gloria, wait, Chip left his ball.
You mean, Will?
Oh, yeah, girl, you know what I meant.
Thank you.
End of scene. Act 1, Scene 2. Will and James are walking onto the court with boxes. Stage is left with the continued setup for the rally.
Yvette, Yvette, let's just sit here for now. You're attached to that ball, huh? Give it here. Did my son teach you any dribble drills?
Yeah, he told me some.
Pound dribbles, high knees, crossover regulars.
I don't remember what the names were, but we did a lot.
How do you want to be a basketball star and not know these things? All right, let's start with the overhead reach. It's to warm you up, to improve your balance and strength. Watch me. Lift your left leg off the ground and balance on your right foot. While balancing on your foot, move the ball up above your head and then back down to your waist like this. Here, let me see.
Chip never showed me this one.
I'm sure he did. He hates to warm up. Now, look straight ahead. Don't let your foot touch the ground. As you move the ball, extend your arms all the way up and back down. There you go. You got it. Take your time.
How many of these do I have to do?
Until I say switch.
Switch to what?
The other foot.
Okay. Mr. James,
Yeah?
I'm getting dizzy.
Go sit down. Are you sure you want to be Are you sure basketball is for you?
What else is there?
Son, you can't possibly think that's the only thing out there for you.
That's all I know.
You know much more than basketball.
Since I was little, I heard you better do something with that height. We all know what that means for a kid like me.
You're a smart kid. Trust me. You can't rely on basketball.
I'm not that smart.
You kidding me? All Chip used to talk about was how smart you were. Surely there is something else you're good at. Anything? There's gotta be something.
Mr. James, I respect what you're saying, but even I know there ain't nothing else out there for me. If I can't play basketball, I ain't got nothing.
I don't want to discourage you from liking basketball. I love it. A man's got to have something that gets you up in the morning. Something will come to you.
What if it doesn't?
Don't worry, it will.
What did you want to be growing up?
You know what? I'm not sure. I don't remember. I mean, I thought about basketball and definitely worked towards that, practiced every day and watched it on TV any chance I got. In the back of my head, I knew I wasn't good enough. Plus, when we had Chip, that dream was erased, and any other dream I may have had. I had a family to take care of.
So you don't remember?
Nope, I don't. That was 18 years ago.
Sure, but you should always remember your dreams, right?
Yeah, but at some point, you have to deal with reality, right?
Yeah, but
That's what us men do.
I've been a man since I was 8. That's when my sister was born. And my father left. My mom said, "You the man in the house now."
You have to understand, your mom is just trying to prepare you for real life.
At 8 years old?
Yeah.
Well, I'm tired already.
I wish you had another choice.
I do.
Yeah? What is that?
Not being here at all.
Okay. You don't have to spend all your time on the basketball court.
Who's gonna miss me anyway?
What did you say?
Nothing.
Okay, pass me the ball.
Instead of playing ball, you guys can help me put up some posters and finish making the rest.
Where have you been?
I needed extra markers for the posters. You two doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing just fine. Just showing him some tricks and drills to do for practice. He'll eventually get it. Right, Will?
Right.
Where are all of these posters going?
I want them all over the fence. The zip ties should be in one of these bags. Will, can you find them for me?
How many are you trying to make?
We need as many as we can make. I want the crowd to be full of them, and I want to cover these fences with them too.
I'm sure some people are going to bring their own.
Sure, I just want to be prepared.
What are they going to say?
I made a list.
Black Lives Matter, no justice, no peace. I can't breathe. These are good.
I want to add some of my art to them also.
That's a lot to do. We don't have that much time.
You know I'm a fast draw. The ones I did already only took a few minutes. Look at this one. It's my favorite. Say his name, Chip Monroe.
You forgot defund the police.
On the ties.
Thanks. Put these posters up, please. James, I didn't forget. Why would I want to write that? You know the police are going to be here.
The police are making too much money on our lives as it is. Promotions when they get a chance, when they get a case handled fast, bonuses at the end of the year just because. $95 billion a year couldn't keep my son alive. The police need to be defunded, and those monies need to be given to us to make better use of it.
Defund means less. And I don't want less police. I want effective, competent police. You see what's going on now in our neighborhoods. Do you really think less police is the answer?
Yes, I do. Those funds will go to services in the community that could help us and directly go against drugs, crimes, shootings. I'm surprised you're not with this.
My son may have been killed by the police, but I know the statistics weren't in his favor to possibly not be killed by one of our own in this neighborhood, on this court.
If those very people doing the shooting and killing had an outlet to steer them in the right direction, then maybe it wouldn't happen. Look, we just had an art space closed because of lack of funding. That space provided youth summer art camps and gallery openings in community forums.
I know the place, James, and it's unfortunate. I do think funds need to be put towards programs like that, but not through defunding the police. I do believe that police are a part of the issue, though. I believe if we work with them and demand equality and have a say in who and how they are policing our communities, then we can have a better neighborhood and better relations with them.
Better relations with the police? Are you crazy? They are trained to work against us, to hunt us. There's no getting better. There's no kumbaya moment between us and them, and you know why. Because us and them is how they want it. They want to keep this level of superiority over us. They want us to fear them like we are supposed to fear God.
Reasoning with you is impossible once you get on your high horse.
You know I'm right. Look at how they treated George Floyd, Dante Wright. Hell, even the Breonna Taylor case. They had the nerve to try to convict the boyfriend for defending his own household.
James, we have to work together on this. I don't see any scenario where less Black people are killed unless we work together. And that's what this rally is all about. Screaming defund the police isn't going to be helpful right now. But having everyone realize that Black lives matter and our spirit will not be broken is what I want this to be about.
You're living in an imaginary world, a ghost kingdom where you want to adopt a place where police actually care and there are no more killings of unarmed Black folks. It's not real.
It can be real, James. There are police officers that want to be better than the system they work for. In fact, they want to be the change the force needs.
Like who?
Officer Edwards. He's the one that helped me get the permits for the rally, and he's helping with security today.
Wait. Officer who?
Now, calm down, James.
Officer Edwards? The same officer that stood to the side and watched as his partner, shot my son. This is the cop that had a hand in destroying our family. This is the cop that could have done something in the midst of my son's death and decided to do nothing. He stepped on the stands and defended the white-ass cop that killed my son. He defended a murderer.
The only way for us to move on is to forgive. I think this could be a real moment of healing for all of us and the community.
Move on? You're throwing a party for our dead son.
Hey!
You have lost your mind if you think there is any forgiveness in my heart for that man. He's worse than the cop who killed Chip. He's one of our own who has turned his back on us. He's the worst kind of cop there is. The one that looks like they offer you, that shoots you in the chest so you can see that he was never on your side. Fuck him. I will never forgive him. You forgive him?
He wants the community to know that he's one of the good cops and that his uniform doesn't trump his skin color.
Bullshit.
We've talked about getting money to get a community center in Chip's name.
In Chip's name? I want our son.
James, he wants to have a hand in rebuilding a relationship with law enforcement and making sure nothing like this ever happens again to another kid.
I don't want him here.
He wants to help.
I don't want a goddamn thing from that man. Are you kidding me with this? And when have you been speaking to him? You've been going behind my back, talking to this asshole?
He reached out to me. He talked and I listened. He is sorry, James. It took me some time to believe him, but he is sorry.
I don't want him here. You call him and make sure he doesn't show up. I swear to God, if he does, if he comes here, you tell him not to show his face here.
Okay. I got it. Where are you going?
Away from here for a minute. I'll be back.
I wish you wouldn't.
James
Are
walks
you
on.
really? Are you really? Is he really coming here?
Yeah, he just wants to help. He wants to move on just as much as we do.
How could you?
Well, this is supposed to help you too. I know you've been having a hard time. I'm hoping that this will get you going in the right path to feel better about yourself and the situation.
I don't know, Miss Yvette. I don't know. I'm not ready to. I can't see him. I don't know if I'm ready to do that.
You may not understand this right now, but you will someday.
No, I don't want to understand. I don't want to get on any path. I don't want your help. I just want to be left alone.
Well, son, calm down.
No, I can't calm down.
Will starts to breathe heavy and grabs his ball and runs off. Yvette takes out a cigarette, lights it, pulls out her phone, and begins to dial.
You know something, smoking is bad for your health and illegal to do in the park.
Sometimes you just have to take that chance. You look different. Why aren't you in uniform?
I don't have to wear it anymore because I'm a detective now.
Oh, I just called you.
I see. I see. I wonder if I was still coming.
Wow, you look really different. I hardly recognize you.
Yeah? Well, I cut my hair. The stress of the trial made me lose some weight. And, that's probably it.
I don't think you should be here right now. I thought this was a good idea, but now we can't do this. Not right now.
When then?
I don't know.
You know it's best to meet a confrontation head on. Like it can only help the situation. Like we can talk and get past what happened so that we can live.
I don't need you to Van Zant me.
Look, how can I help?
Leave.
I can't.
Why?
I'm a good person. Look, I love my family, take care of my mother, and I go to church every Sunday. What happened to your son wasn't intentional.
It may not have been, but he's still dead and you're here. Leave.
You asked me to come.
Now I'm asking you to leave.
Miss Yvette.
You shouldn't be here right now. Telling you to come here over the phone is one thing, but actually seeing you, I get why my husband said no. It's too much right now. I have a lot of things to take care of. Having you here will just hold me up, so you need to leave.
I wish it was that easy. Since I'm the one that got the permanence for you to do this function in the park, I have to be present. Look, I'm the one with the paperwork. I'm the one whose name is on everything. Look, I'm obligated to ensure this goes well, so your husband doesn't have a say.
And what about me? Do I have a say? I'm the one that organized this.
I don't think you understand the process of these permits.
I don't care.
Look, anything can happen when you have a group of people gathered together like this. Look, emotions running rampant, and I've seen some crazy things go down in events like this.
Like what?
Don't act naive.
I don't have time for this or you. Would you please leave? Because whatever happens here because of emotions will be because of you.
Look, I will not block your event. Look, I'll stand to the side.
Fine.
You know, I was really hoping for reconciliation. It was important for me to talk to your husband so that I can tell him that I'm sorry. I may be a cop, but look, I do understand what he's going through. Was the boy still going to be here? The boy that testified, Wilford?
Will, he was, but he doesn't want to see you either. That wouldn't be good for him. He's not ready. You do get it, right? Your presence, your occupation is not welcome right now.
I'm aware of perceptions of us. Look, I didn't kill your son. And the situation was unfortunate. Look, believe it or not, I care about what happened and what happens in this neighborhood. Look, I didn't grow up too far from here. Look, I want better for us, specifically for the youth. I see something in that young man that I can help. Look, I need to find him and talk to him. You may not want me here, but you need me here. And I will remain on the premises until the event is over. It's a large park. No one will notice I'm around. Like, trust me.
Officer walks off, lights dim, end of scene. Act 1, Scene 3. Scene begins with Gloria, Will, and daughter Jada walking down the street to the park. Gloria and Will are walking in front of Jada.
Jada, walk in front of us. How many times I have to tell you I don't like you walking behind me? I need to see you. Are you sure you got everything? I don't want you running back and forth to get things. I think you should try and enjoy the day, you know? Have a good time, talk to people. Do you hear me talking to you? Will, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
You should pay attention to people when they are talking to you, son.
Yes, Ma.
What's going on with you?
Nothing.
You good?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, Ma, I'm good.
Well, you don't act like it. We haven't had the time to really talk and have some mommy-son time. Work has been pretty crazy, but I have some days off coming up. I can get Grandma to watch Jada for a night while we do something. We can go to a movie or Coney Island. And then in the night at your favorite diner. I'll let you order whatever you want, even if it's just dessert. How's that sound?
I'm good.
You said that already. Now say something else.
Sure.
You know, I'm proud of the way you've handled things. You're growing up so much. You've grown to be the man you're supposed to be.
Really? How's that?
You're tough. You look out for your sister and me. And you've been holding that job down at the supermarket for a while now.
I'm just bagging groceries. Anybody can do that.
Sure, but not everybody's willing to do it. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what men do.
So I'm a man.
Yeah, of course you are. But don't get it twisted. You're still a baby in my eyes.
Okay.
These one-word answers are annoying. I'm trying to talk to you.
I don't have anything to say.
You have something on your mind. This just isn't like you. Are you mad, sad, confused, anything? Say anything.
I don't want to. I don't want to talk to you.
Who are you talking to? Not me. Fix that tone and try again.
Whatever.
What is wrong with you?
Leave me alone.
You are not taking another step until you tell me what's going on.
Why are you being like this?
You have one more time to talk out the side of your mouth.
What? I'm talking. You asked me a question, Ma. I answered. That's it. I bet Miss Yvette never treated Chip like this.
What does that have to do with me?
Nothing, Mom, nothing.
No. Tell me, what does Miss Yvette have to do with you talking crazy to me?
I'm not talking crazy to you.
You're talking back and you never did that.
You asked me a question.
I'm asking you questions to try to figure out what the hell is going on with you. Now, if my questions are getting on your nerves, suck it up and answer me anyway. I am your mother. I don't care how Yvette treated Chip or how they spoke to each other. I'm not having it. Chip isn't here anymore, and I'm not going to have you go down that same path. You and Chip are different.
You're right. We are different. He has something going on for himself. He was going to be somebody. I don't have any of that right now, Ma. I'm working at a grocery store bagging food.
Child, this is just the beginning. You will find your way. Didn't the manager say you were the best bagger they had and was thinking about promoting you?
Yeah, to stalker.
Right.
Well, that isn't enough. Shouldn't I be better than that? Shouldn't a man want more?
A man does what he has to do to support his family and himself. Not every man is going to be the star basketball player or the doctor, and it's okay. Yeah, I think it's important to be real with what's possible. Okay, right now, you are helping me out with bills and things with your job at the supermarket, and that is what a man does. He can definitely want more, but his first priority is to provide.
I don't want to be a man then.
What?
I've been a man since I was 8, and I'm over it.
Sometimes that isn't your decision.
What decision can I make for myself? What can I do on my own without you telling me? Since 8, you've been saying you're the man in the house now. You have to watch over your sister at night when I go to work. Clean the house. I don't want to see any dishes in the sink. Buy groceries. Go to school. Get good grades. Don't get in trouble. The only decision I was allowed to make on my own was playing basketball with Chip. And now it's over. That choice was taken away. What decision can I make on my own? My life is made by decisions I have no say in, but I'm a man. None of this makes sense, Ma.
Will, where are you going? Don't run away from me! Damn it!
Will runs off. Dropping bags, Officer Edwards approaches Gloria from behind as she's picking up the bags.
Do you need some help, ma'am?
No, absolutely not. I got this.
You sure? It doesn't look like you got it.
Sir, get out of my face. I don't know you.
Now, do you have to know me? Look, I'm just trying to help.
For what? I ain't got no change.
Can't a brother just help to help?
I don't need your help.
I was down the block when I saw that young man leave you. Everything good?
That's family business. But that wasn't just a young man. He's my son.
The way I read the body language between you two, look, I thought you were two were friends or something. You look too young to have a son that old.
Well, I do. He's my son, 15, and going through a lot right now.
Yeah? Going through stuff doesn't mean you can just leave your mom alone with bags to carry. Look, my mom would have had my ass. Then my dad would have promised to finish it later.
These are different times.
You're telling me. The other day, a kid, probably around, 10 years old, cursed me out for telling me to pick up his trash. He just threw it on the ground like the world was his trash bag. Look, that would never have happened back in the day.
Listen, grown-ass people aren't exempt from that foolishness. The children curse you out because their parents will do the same.
Why do you think that is? Look, why do you think the times are so different from when we grew up?
I'm not sure.
Me neither.
I do know if it was easy to figure out, we would have changed it by now, which tells me the times aren't the issue, people are.
Oh, really? So what's your issue?
Excuse me? You want to know my issues before you know my name.
Sorry. What's your name?
Gloria, and I have no issues.
But you're the one that said people are the issue.
Right, but those people I speak of have nothing to do with me.
So you're excluded from the people with issues?
Yes, I am. What are your issues?
Look, first, I don't agree with people having or being the issue. I think time has made people think they know best and resent how they were raised. Now, how I was raised in the 70s isn't how kids are raised now. Take, for instance, like your son, how he just walked away from you just now. You know, it's a shame, you know,
What?
that we hold accountability and respect as an old tradition, something that has left with the time.
My son respects me, and normally this behavior wouldn't fly. He's a teenager now and has had to deal with a lot of things for his age.
Like, what's your son's name?
Will, why?
Will. And what has Will been dealing with?
Life,
And
death, if you must know.
oh, he's part of the rally that they are having today for the young man
Who was wrongfully shot and killed by a police officer, that rally? Yes. Chip was his best friend, and he was like a big brother to him. So that's what he has been going through the past year. And you, why are you here?
well, look, I hope I'm not stepping out of line, but it sounds like Will could use someone to talk to. Look, here's my card. I'm trying to mentor kids like your son, show them what real male leadership can influence.
You are totally out of line.
Wait, sorry?
Do you have children,
Ed,
Ed?
no, I don't have any children.
None that you know of or none that you claim?
No children, period.
No wonder why you're so bold. Bold enough to tell a woman you just met how to raise her child. Well, Ed, until you have children, you're not allowed to say anything about mine or anyone else's kids.
But I can have an opinion about it.
Sure, but is your opinion valued? No one cares about a middle-aged, single man's, black man's opinion about kids he doesn't have.
Look, I've noticed that single mothers have issues hearing the truth about themselves, their kids, you know, anything that potentially helps them with life and raising their kids, you know, they don't really want to hear it.
Well, if it's coming from you, I can see why.
Wow. Now that's harsh.
What, are you having a hard time or are you having an issue hearing the truth?
No, I'm having an issue with carrying the bags of a woman that's being rude to me.
I didn't ask you to carry my things. You popped out of nowhere asking to help.
And my help should be appreciated, not crossed with sharp rudeness.
You call that rude? I just gave what you're giving. You clearly can't handle it. So give me my things back and you can go back to where you came from.
You should really learn to listen. It could only help.
And you should really shut the fuck up and mind your business.
Look, it doesn't have to be all that.
Whatever, bye.
Gloria walks off stage. End of scene. Act 1, Scene 4. Scene starts back at the basketball court. James is setting up his speakers, and Yvette is continuing setting up everything along the fence. As James sets up, he plays a song.
You plan on playing some of Chip's favorite songs?
Some. The ones that are clean, at least.
Who was his favorite artist again?
He loved a lot of them. All the littles,
The Littles.
you know, Little Pimp, Little Baby, Dog.
How do you know who these people are?
I may be old, but I do keep up with all the music.
But you always play old music.
That's what I like. They like to hear that 90s hip hop, but I can listen to whatever.
Oh, yeah? Then play my favorite song.
You have so many favorites.
Just play one of them.
Okay. How's this one?
That's it. I love that song.
I know.
Oh, I love it. Words just get in the way sometimes when you just want to dance.
You used to play this song every Saturday morning to wake us up so we can start cleaning.
Yep, and you hated that so much.
Hell yeah. This song was officially associated with cleaning like my mom ruined my love for Barry White and the Mary Jane girls.
Chip would bounce the ball to the rhythm of the songs.
Yeah. Once he got the hang of it, you couldn't tell the difference between him bouncing the ball and the beat in the song.
No, he loved his music. He got that from me. He loved music almost as much as he loved basketball.
Right. But he couldn't carry a note or write lyrics. He got that from you too.
Do you remember that song he wrote about us?
Pops and moms, pops and moms, pops and moms.
He just repeated that over and over again.
Right. But there were a few lyrics in between though.
I don't remember the lyrics. I do remember it sounded like a scratch record.
Pops and moms, pops and moms. I be killing it in the kitchen with pops and moms, pops and moms. I don't know what I want to do without them. Pops and moms, pops and moms. something like that. I don't know.
Wait. What was that last part?
Who knows?
He's stupid for that one.
Chip tried. He was determined to make it no matter.
He got that from you. You worked yourself tired to get that position with the construction company.
I got my excavator license pretty fast.
I was so proud of you. Chip was too.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the way he looked at you when you got it. Your excitement excited him. He wanted to be just like you. He even made me make him a fake ID card that I hand wrote. Licensed excavator user. He kept it in his wallet to this day.
Hey. You remember this song?
No more songs, James.
Come on.
Said no more songs, James.
All right. Come here.
This doesn't get any easier, does it?
It will. All we can do is ride it out. I got you. We're going to do this together. Let's have a baby.
Here you go.
No, babe, listen to me. Please. The only recourse to death is life. When something dies in you, your natural reaction is to birth something new so that you know that you're still alive, so that you know this life is still worth it.
A baby can't save you. You have to be strong and get through this on your own.
You're telling me to be strong when you can't even control your emotions. When you think of him, you be strong.
I am strong. What do you think this is? Why do you think I'm doing this? It's about me showing everyone that I'm strong. It's about me being present and showing the community I'm still here no matter what was done to my son and that I'm strong. You're the one that wants to bury your emotions into a kid instead of dealing with your real issues. This world, this space where we live right now is not where we should bring up another kid. No kid deserves to fear for their lives out of the womb. No kid should be met with despair and hurt. No kid should be Chip's second chance at living.
Then let's move. Let's move somewhere where we don't have to worry about all of this.
Where, James? Where?
You know, my cousin, Ernest, in North Carolina, I've been talking to him about us maybe getting out of here and living there. He said grandma's house is still up for grabs. No one in the family wants to take on moving there and renovating the house, but I'm down for it. I know it's in the middle of nowhere, but it will be our own house with 2 acres of land, no neighbors, no nothing, just us and our baby.
Babe, you're living in a fantasy. There's no place we could live that we wouldn't have to deal with the bullshit that this country has put us through.
We can build a huge fence going around the entire property. We wouldn't have to leave for nothing. We can grow our own fruit and vegetables, have a few cows and chickens to raise on the farm. We will even homeschool our kid, raise them to work on the farm. We wouldn't have to deal with any outsiders. It would be our personal island.
Stop!
If you don't do this with me, I will do it by myself.
What do you mean?
Move. I will have a baby on my own.
So you're going to move away without me and have a baby with someone else?
Have y'all seen Will?
No, why?
He ran off on the way here, leaving me to carry all this by myself.
What happened? Everything okay?
Yeah, he's just going through something right now.
I talked to him earlier and he definitely in his feelings.
Right, but when I see him, I'm going to get into that ass. I don't care what you're going through. You don't treat your mother like that.
Do you know where he might have gone?
No, I thought he would have run here since he seems to be so close to you guys lately.
Well, if you're really worried about where he is, maybe we should go looking for him.
No, I'll let him be. He'll show his face soon.
Are you sure? James, go find Will.
He ain't lost. I know he's still here somewhere. This is his favorite place. I'll find him. Good job helping your mom carry everything.
Well, the man was supposed to help us, but
What man was supposed to help you? Will?
no, not Will. He's not a man. He was over there.
What he looks like?
Tall with a shirt and a tie on.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and he was black.
Enough. Please go find Will.
Where did you see him again, sweetheart?
James, let it go.
I'll be right back.
James leaves. Officer appears from the opposite side of the corner from where James comes out. Seeing Will hiding on the floor, Will, frozen in fear, passes out as the ball rolls towards Gloria and Yvette slowly. The officer tends to Will.
Not today, Lord.
There goes Will's boy, Ma.
Gloria
Will!
sees Will and on the ground.
Will, baby, what's wrong?
Will, say something, sweetheart, please. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Like, he just fainted. He's still breathing.
Will, baby, answer me.
Back up. Let's give the boy some space. Here, let me try.
We will not lose this boy. Do you hear me?
Look, he's breathing. He's breathing. Look, he's going to be okay. Young man, do you hear me? He looks a little weak.
Are you okay, baby? Say something for me.
I'm just tired.
What is he doing here?
James, wait.
I told you what would happen if this coward would have shown his face here today. Yvette!
Let him go. What are you doing?
I told you. I didn't want this nigga here.
Let him go.
Put your hands up. Put your fucking hands up now.
What are you doing? Put that gun away now.
Hands up. Knee on the ground.
No. You put that gun down now. We are not doing this here. Put it down.
You see, babe? You wanted me to forgive this motherfucker?
Put the gun down now.
Please, mister. No more shooting.
I didn't come here for this.
Neither did we.
This is bullshit, Yvette.
You take a walk.
I ain't going nowhere.
James, please. Just
I said
go.
no.
I need you to leave now. I'm not going to lose you too.
James leaves.
How's he doing?
Doing okay.
What happened?
Don't you ever do that to me again.
You really scared us.
I'm tired.
Then take a nap. Do you know how you made me and your sister feel? You have to take care of yourself. You getting up, playing basketball all hours in the morning is making you tired. You need to go sit your ass down somewhere and take a nap.
I don't care anymore.
Don't say that.
Let me talk to him.
I don't want your help.
And we don't need your help.
I just want to talk.
I don't want your help.
Will,
Look, easy, easy. Let's all calm down.
No, stop it. Get your hands off my son. Will! Stop running, Will!
Freeze!
No! You've done enough. Who do you think you are?
Gloria, this is Officer Edwards.
The officer from the trial?
I told you it was a mistake to ask you to be here.
So you asked him to come here? And do what?
I thought it would be good for the community and Will too.
And Will?
I don't know. This seems to be happening to everyone. This feeling of not knowing what to do or where to go from here. I thought having Officer Edwards here and him wanting to be forgiven and bring clarity to what happened would be therapeutic for all of us. I thought it would help us move on.
How could you, Yvette? This man stood by and watched your child get murdered. Have you lost your damn mind?
Come on now, Gloria, we are all just trying to figure this out day by day. Sometimes we don't know what to do. I know you understand how difficult it can be with you having such a hard time with Will.
Don't you dare bring my son into this.
I'm just saying, we need each other. Gloria, y'all can't leave. We need to come together. We are like family, and Will needs all of us.
He needs his mother, and that ain't you. I'm telling you for the last time, stay away from my son.
I'm shutting this down.
What? You are not shutting down anything.
Yes, I am. I'm going to give you an hour to take everything down. When I come back, I don't want to see anything here but pavement and yesterday's trash. Take it all down now.
I can't. I won't let you or anyone else move me from this spot. Move me from honoring my son. This rally is beyond me. The community will be here in an hour. Speakers, councilmen, community activists. There's no stopping this. I thought you were here to help.
I am here to help. I'm also here to do my job. I see how events like this end up. Vandalism, assault, murder, anything can happen. All the good intentions in the world won't stop the few knuckleheads from dealing real harm. And judging by what has transpired already, you can't handle the possibilities.
I don't think you hear me. No matter what you say, I'm doing this. I have to see this through. Nothing I have done so far after Chip's death has brought me any closure. I've tried everything from donating some of his favorite basketball jerseys to applying to get this park renamed after him. Nothing has gotten me closer to feeling like this is what Chip would want.
Take everything down. People may show up, but they will leave when they see nothing happening.
And if they don't?
Then I will be forced to do my job along with the entire 42nd precinct.
The community is coming for a peaceful rally. It sounds like you're preparing for a riot.
That's up to you.
Officer walks off, fade to black, end of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. Yvette is standing center stage talking to her son.
And here we are again, just us two. Our special place. Remember when we would sit here and lay on the ground together and dream? This park allowed you to do that. It's been doing the same for me lately. You always felt that seeing the buildings when dreaming blocked your future. I get it now. I think you knew more than you were letting on. I wish I knew what you knew. Just about 40 and finally figuring out what my dreams are and what's blocking them. Look, I've been painting more. You love my work, and I actually think I'm good at it too. The artist in me was buried under control, wanting to survive and keep you alive. I don't have to live like that anymore. I was doing this rally for you, but I'm really doing this so I can finally give myself permission to live. Son, you didn't block me, but I realized having you didn't help. No, you shouldn't take it negatively, but I was living for you, your dreams. I wanted to see you succeed more than I ever have. I hate that you're not here. My love for you hurts now. It hurts to the point where the scars are starting to show and it's affecting my judgment. I'm saying all this because I need to move on. This rally was supposed to help. It seems to be doing the opposite. I will always remember and keep you close, but I have to move on and show up for you by showing up for myself. I'm sorry for failing you. I'm sorry for raising you in this God-forsaken place. I'm sorry for not keeping my word and protecting you. But I am not sorry for really just, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry.
What are you not sorry for?
How long have you been there?
Not long. What are you not sorry for?
I'm not sorry for finally choosing to use my time and my energy for myself. I'm not sorry for deciding to put me first before everyone else for once. I'm not sorry for choosing to not have another child.
You can't just make decisions like that, Yvette. No. We talked about this. And weigh these decisions together, babe. We can work this out. Let's talk. What's going through your head?
We've been working this out all of our lives. I've worked to keep this family above water, house in order. I've worked to keep our son alive. I don't remember a time when I wasn't working. I'm tired, James, and all of this work is keeping me from living.
We are living. We are in this together. I got you, babe. A baby can be a new light, hope. It will be love, not work.
Is there a difference? Right now, I don't have the energy for either. The energy to be strong for a child that can be taken from me at any moment. It's a waste of my time.
Why are you talking like you would be doing this alone? I'm right here, baby. What happened to Chip? What happened to Chip, I promise you, will not happen to any kid of mine again. I have plans for this family that will keep us safe.
Like what, James?
Earlier curfew.
It was daylight.
Make sure our child doesn't hang with the wrong crowd.
Chip was a role model in this neighborhood.
Move to a nicer neighborhood.
He'll still be Black.
Yes, I know, but we can still try to have a piece of happiness.
Is that all we get in this life as parents to a Black child? Pieces of ourselves? Tiny pieces of happiness? Is that all we are entitled to? A piece of the American dream? A small piece of justice, if any at all? When do we get to be whole?
The three of us can be a whole as a family.
You don't get it. Let's say we have another child, and then what? We have to live in fear every single moment that they are not right by our side. Every time we hear a police siren or an ambulance, we get that tightness in our chest, that rock in the pit of our stomachs. We have to hold our breath, whisper to ourselves, not my baby. Please don't let it be my baby. Again and again and again. I'm already exhausted. Aren't you?
I go through the dark days just like you. I have those days where I can't seem to move or speak or do anything just like you. I need a reason to get up in the morning, Yvette.
You'll have to find a different reason.
Excuse me?
A child can't be a reason to live, James.
Why are you talking like this, Yvette?
Do you even know what I want? Do you know what I dream to be? What my wildest dreams are?
I know you like to paint.
Anything else? That's the problem, James. I don't either. But I do know I should have the opportunity to find out.
Baby, I know it's hard right now. Maybe you are putting too much pressure on yourself with this rally and will. Take a second and breathe. I love you.
This rally is my last job for a while, James.
And the baby?
Yvette walks off stage and James walks off opposite way. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 2. Scene starts with Will in a different part of the park, sitting on a bench bouncing his ball.
Will, what are you doing here? You're going to get yourself in trouble, man. Go home. I'm sure your mom is looking for you.
She knows where to find me.
How are you feeling?
I don't know.
Are you sick?
No, I don't feel sick.
What happened?
I don't know. It's hard to describe. I just blacked out.
Blacked out? From what?
All I know is I woke up and I saw everyone around me and not knowing how I got on the floor. For a minute, I thought I died.
We were all really scared.
But I wasn't scared. It was almost comfortable. Everything was black and still for a moment, just for a moment. Like I was floating in space, weightless. You know, when you get in that really good sleep that you don't want to wake up from.
Honestly, I haven't had really good sleep in a long time. But thank God you woke up. I'm not sure how your mom would have handled it.
She would have handled it as well as you and Miss Yvette have.
Then she wouldn't have handled it well at all.
You seem to be doing okay.
The world is not always as it seems. I miss him every single second of every single day.
Me too. Chip left and I didn't get to say goodbye or tell him how much he meant to me. He was like my big brother. I think he knew that though. This is hard. I don't know what I'm gonna do without him.
Me neither.
Y'all gonna have another kid?
I don't know. I would like another kid, another chance to be a dad, but as of right now, I don't think so. Being a father was the most important thing that ever happened to me. Raising my son was the only thing that gave me. No one can ever replace Chip. No one can ever replace you.
My mom was really scared, huh?
Hell yeah, petrified. I told you that we all were. And take it from me, your mom would never fully recover. There'll be no one who can ever replace you. There'll always be a small hole right here. An entire piece of her gone missing.
I didn't know you felt fear.
Of course I did. You are an extension of my son. Hell, you are practically my son. I've known you for all your life. Seeing you on the ground like that sent me to a place I only experienced once before. Seeing you like that not only scared me, but left me petrified. But when you're in these streets, you can't show fear. But inside, I get scared all the time. Tell you the truth, I'm scared of a lot of things.
Like what?
Spiders. I hate those sons of bitches.
Whew. No, seriously. What are you scared of right now?
not having a purpose. Since 17, Chip has been my purpose, keeping him safe and alive. Now that he's gone, I'm not quite sure.
I'm scared of the police. I do remember seeing that cop before I passed out. Maybe he's why I passed out. It seems like every time they come around our neighborhoods, something bad happens. They look so mad all the time. They never smile. The only time they acknowledge me is when they're staring at me from a street corner or blocking a door on a train.
You shouldn't be scared of the police. You pay taxes, right? Which means you pay their salaries. You should stand up to them like you would any threat in these streets.
So you're not scared of the police?
No, I hate them. That's why I'm not one right now.
You was going to be a cop?
I was. I was 17 with a baby on the way. It only required a high school diploma, 60 college credits, 17 weeks of training, and a driver's license. I would get full benefits for me and my family. I just had to wait until I was 21.
What changed your mind?
One day, after school, I was going to the corner store like any other day, and a fight broke out. And I was in the middle of it, not because I had anything to do with it, but because I was standing literally in the middle of the fight. It happened so fast. I didn't have time to get out of the way, so I just started swinging. I was being kicked and punched randomly. It got loud and crazy. People were breaking car windows, and the storefront door somehow was off the hinges. Police were called, and they came and grabbed whoever they could get their hands on. They grabbed me. The officer put his hands on the back of my neck and pushed my head against the wall, yelling at me to keep still and to shut up. I'm crying and cursing, saying, I didn't do anything. Let me go. The police officer said, don't say another word, and punched me so hard, he knocked me out. I woke up to my hands cuffed behind my back and my face down on the bloody concrete. Police sirens were still going off. I looked to my left and saw my boy Shy with both his eyes swollen, like he got hit by a Mack truck. And on the right, with some caution tape near the front of the store and a bunch of people standing around. It looked like someone had gotten shot or something. I tried to sit up so I could see what's going on. The police officer saw me moving and yanked me up off my ass. He immediately started questioning me, asking me who I was affiliated with, what gang you run with, what's your street name? I was about to answer him, but then I realized I knew him. He was that same dude that sat at my mom's kitchen table playing spades. He was a family friend. I may have been like 9 at the time, but I remember him. But clearly, he didn't remember me. His eyes was cold, blank. I said, yo, you're friends with my mom. You used to live in building 3. He said he didn't know me from Adam. His name was Craig, but not that day. He was only an officer, a man in uniform. He was almost robotic, hypnotized with the blue gaze. I heard it happen to many brothers. I couldn't do it.
If you had to become a police officer, I don't think you would have forgotten who you were and where you came from.
How can we be sure? Something happens when that uniform is put on. It's like you go to another world or dimension when you crave some superiority. You want to be feared. I wasn't raised to want people to fear me. People that need that aren't human. Animals want to be feared. They have to because it's life or death for them. I wish I could see them as human, but I just can't let that moment go.
Will starts bouncing the basketball as James watches.
You're really attached to that ball. Let me see it. You hold on to this ball pretty tight, like it's Chip, and you don't want to let go.
It makes me feel better to be close to it, you know? I need it sometimes. It's really just a stupid ball, ain't it? It's not gonna bring him back. It never could. It can't even make me play like him.
But you still feel like you need it.
Yeah,
Gotta have it near you to hold at night.
I don't know. Maybe.
This is just a ball, not life. I wanted Chip to use basketball to make a life, not build a life around basketball. We got to let go of things to grab a hold of something else, something better to come. I think the reason I wanted to be a father again so bad is because children are a constant reminder of that something else, that something better to come.
You think I'll ever find it?
If you stick around as my reminder, I think I will.
James' phone rings in his pocket, answering the phone.
Hey, baby. Yeah, it's Will. Yes, yes. Don't worry. He's fine. Okay, I'm coming back right now. You gonna be all right here?
Yeah, I'll be fine, Mr. James. I won't go anywhere, I promise.
You come join us when you are ready, okay? And call me if you need anything.
Will starts dribbling the ball as it rolls to the officer's feet. Officer picks it up and walks towards Will. Will edges to run away.
Don't run. I'm not gonna hurt you. Shouldn't you be at home resting?
I'm not breaking the law, so you can't tell me what to do.
Well, look, I'm clearing out the park right now and shutting this rally down. So you don't have to go home.
I know, but I can't stay here.
Seems like you had a long day anyway.
All the days are long around here, sir.
Look, I know it can't be easy losing a friend, but I have people that you can talk to. And
Why did you do it?
excuse me,
Why did you let your partner shoot him?
son, it's complicated.
Why didn't you try to stop it? You admitted that you weren't sure if it was the right guy. Why did you let it happen if y'all wasn't sure?
I need to start clearing out the park, son.
I asked you a question, officer.
Look, sometimes the unexplainable is just that. Being a cop, I'm trained.
You only trained 17 weeks.
Like it happened really fast. So fast, I don't think I had the chance to stop it. Now, why do you think Chip didn't stop running when the officer said freeze?
He didn't hear you. He thought you were talking to someone else. He was distracted.
Well, that's a question you will never know the answer to.
You're supposed to stop bad things from happening. That's your job, right? But it seems like when you all come around, bad things happen.
We are not trained to stop every bad thing from happening. Well, bad things happen in life.
And if you thought it was your son, would you have made sure your partner didn't shoot that day? Makes sense that you don't like to answer questions
And why is that?
because you're always the one asking them. You ain't never got to answer them. You're always the one in charge, so people don't question you. You can do whatever you want with the badge, even if it doesn't seem fair. Even if people are out here on the streets getting killed.
You think that's how it is?
See? That's another question.
What is it you want to know, son? You were at the trial. You heard what I had to say.
And you got nothing more to say?
You know, I grew up in a neighborhood just like this one. I was running with the wrong crowd and I was taught not to ever trust the police, just like you. And I didn't trust them for the longest time. They took my father away. They put some of my family members behind bars. Seemed like they were all out to get us. I thought they were all monsters.
And what changed?
But one night, while I was coming back from the deli, some guys, We're doing a drive-by. One of the undercover cops saw me walking out of the store and pulled me to the ground right when the bullets started flying. He saved my life. I kept thinking, like, why would he do that? Why would a police officer save my life? They only saw us as suspects. They never really saw us. That night, he saw me. He saw a life that he wanted to protect, and he was one of the good ones. I wanted to be one too. I knew my life was spared that night for a reason. And I swore up and down that I would be one of the good ones that would actually make a difference out here. From that day on, I knew I had a promise. I knew that I had a job to do.
But you didn't do your job.
You think I wanted to see more Black bodies lying lifeless on these streets? Those same bodies could have been me. They are me. Look, I know this neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. These are my boys. Look, I know exactly what they are going through out here because I went through it. I can talk to them like those other cops can't. I know I can reach them. Like I know I can reach you.
Was it because Chip was Black?
What? Did you not hear a word that I just said? How does that make any sense? I just told you that I became an officer to look out for boys like you and Chip.
But
he was running from us. That made him look guilty. We were looking
for a Black man.
A suspect.
Maybe you don't know the difference.
I thought once I became an officer of the law that I could really get it in there and make some changes. Treat people like human beings. Like really see people.
But you didn't see him. You admitted that you didn't see him.
Damn it. Like it shouldn't have happened. My partner should have never shot. I should have told my partner not to shoot. We weren't sure. We aren't always sure. That day, we just saw a suspect running.
Maybe that's why my mom's is always telling me to stop running.
He had his whole life ahead of him. Like, what was he running for? Like, why that day? In that exact moment, in that exact place. It all happened so fast. Why did he have to take that route? Why was he running so fast?
Maybe he was just trying to make it home, sir. If Chip couldn't make it home, how can we? My mom's gonna come looking for me soon. I should get going.
Will.
I already know. You ain't got no answers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Officer reaches in his pocket as Will backs up in fear. Officer grabs his card and holds it out for Will to take. Will takes his card and walks off. Officer notices that he left the basketball. He starts to stop Will, but lets him leave. He picks up the ball, looks at it, and looks around the park. As he heard a noise, looks around up into the sky. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 3. Yvette is cleaning up and getting ready for the event when Gloria walks up.
Where's my son?
He's with James in the park.
He's with James? Where in the park?
Near the track.
Good.
This rally was for him as well, to try and get past all this.
You don't have the right. He is my son. That's my job.
I know that.
I'm doing my best to keep him out of trouble and busy. I'm protecting him the best way I know how.
I know that.
I wouldn't be able to live without him. I don't know what I would do if he ended up dead.
He won't end up that way.
You couldn't save your own son. Why in the world do you think you could save mine?
Don't!
That's why I told my son to stop running in the streets. He knew better.
Chip was running home. He wasn't running from anything. He did nothing wrong.
Black boys are always running from something. They expect them to run so that they have an excuse to shoot.
So what? We teach them to just stand still? Not to move, not to go places, not to think, not to dream of a way out of this?
Dreams don't save. I live in reality, and I have to keep Will focused on working and providing, giving him responsibility. Taking him away from being on the street playing basketball.
I see how terrified he is. I see how difficult it is for him to even imagine a life outside this damn park. And you're scared to find out that even if you do your very best, you still won't be able to protect him from the world. It's like looking in a mirror.
As soon as he puts his head in the clouds is when a bullet can hit him in the back without notice.
A kid that doesn't dream doesn't live. Although my son isn't with us anymore, I know that he lived. He wanted better. He wanted a life.
I'm raising Will to survive.
I was raising Chip to be whatever he wanted to be. He was free to explore and make the decisions for his future.
You let that boy do whatever he wanted. The way you would parade him around like he was the biggest thing.
He was the biggest thing to me, and I was proud of him.
I was proud of him too, but you had every kid in the neighborhood believing they could be just like Chip. That ain't true. You had made Chip an unrealistic version of who he was going to be. He was going to college, getting a basketball scholarship. He's going to make it to the NBA, make it a 6-figure salary. You didn't know any of that, and now your predictions are left to the side, and you have kids mourning Chip's possibilities. Their dreams of seeing him make it completely exploded in their faces.
I won't stop.
He's gone!
For myself! Dreaming for myself. I have a right to think of the possibilities. You and Will have that right.
It's not real, Yvette. It's false hope. You know better than I do that the odds are not in our favor. For every kid that makes it out of our neighborhood, there's 100 just stuck trying to make it out. Hell, even if they make it out, that just means a larger target on their backs. Look at Pop Smoke.
I'm a princess.
Yes, you are, honey.
Dreaming should be for everybody. Allow your son to control his possibilities and think bigger than where he is right now. You thought you lost him earlier. I want you to hear this. My son's dreaming has nothing to do with his death. He may have used basketball as an escape, but he only used it to ignore reality. He knew what life was about and that he wanted to live beyond these buildings, this park. And I supported him and dreamt with him. It may be true that Chip's dream was deferred, but possibly, hopefully it inspires another kid to dream like him and make it closer. You can feel what you feel and take care of your kid the way you see fit. But know that Will comes to me and my husband because he knows we won't defer his dreaming.
Did you believe Chip?
Believe Chip when?
When he started talking about making it out beyond this park, buying you a house one day, and all those other wonderful things. Was it real for you?
Yes, it had to be.
It was never real for me. That's why I don't know how to make it real for my son. No, he won't talk to me about his dreams. He keeps them all to himself if he has them any at all. Maybe he doesn't trust me with them.
You have to believe. Then he will come to you.
He seems to trust you and James.
It's not that. I think that is just his way of remaining close to Chip. But he's his own person. He's not my son.
Mr. James.
Hey, sweetie. Babe, we got to get going. People are starting to show up. What's up, Gloria?
Where's Will?
He was over by the handball courts. Gloria, wait.
Wait for what?
Give him time. He knows where we are. He knows you're looking for him.
Excuse me? The problem is I don't know where he is.
I know you're worried. I had a man-to-man with him. He's going to be okay.
You think so?
I know it.
But I'm not okay.
We're here to help.
I know, but you have to understand that your help doesn't settle my stomach. I'm in a constant state of worry. I'm forever anxious.
Wait. The boy is hurting. Give him a second.
Wait for what? Wait for who? I'm constantly waiting for something horrible to happen, waiting for...
I'm here. We're here. You stay here. I'll go get Will.
James runs out to go get Will.
James, I can't do this on my own.
I'll be right back. 5 minutes.
What help do you need?
You don't have to. I know you don't want to.
Let me help you.
We just need to finish putting these posters on sticks and starting to get people to help hand out water.
Okay, let's do this. Jada? Okay, Mona Lisa Jenkins.
Give me that.
End of scene. Act 2, Scene 4. James runs back to the bench where the handball courts are to find Will and runs into the officer.
Where's Will?
He just left. Wanted to talk to you.
We ain't got nothing to talk about.
Like, let me apologize for the loss of your son. I know it has to be hard, to deal with.
I'm good.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that the rally isn't happening anymore. I know you guys worked hard, but given what went down earlier, I don't think it's best to have it. I think you guys should reassess and do it another time.
We're not shutting down. We're going to have this rally today, whether you like it or not. And stay away from my wife.
No, it can't happen. I hold the permit. My name is on it. So what I say goes. Look, I already called it in. So backup is here and on its way. Like, it's in your best interest to vacate the park and all paraphernalia.
We ain't going nowhere. All the people that are showing up are here for my son to stand against police officers like you.
Like me? Look, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah, like you. The one that used their authority to come into our neighborhoods to get their aggression out. The ones that think they deserve respect because they made through some bullshit test that they deemed them adequate to serve and protect. The ones that put on their suit of armor and instantly feel superior to everyone else.
Look, you don't know me, man. You don't know what I've been through that made me want to be a police officer. Now, a detective. Look, I'm at a place where I can ensure just treatment, especially in this community.
So you're a detective now?
Yeah. Due to hard work and the way I handled this case, it was deserved. You see, I'm the example this community needs to see.
You're a sellout. Nothing could justify you.
Nothing? Not even the fact I grew up in Bed-Stuy? I had run-ins with police officers that left me afraid for my life, mourning the loss of friends and blood. I understand the struggle. I get the world you live in because I live in it too. Don't think just because I have this badge, I'm excluded from being Black.
You really think you Black like me? I find it interesting you include yourself in our problems, but the badge separates you from us everyday niggas.
Is that what you think of me? That I'm just an opposing view of Blackness? Look, again, I grew up not too far from here and have experienced everything you have. I know what it's like to be harassed by police and have someone killed at my front door. Look, I get it. The difference between you and I is that I decided to make a difference. for myself and my community.
By doing what? Calling back up on your people for an innocent rally? For the loss of a black life? A black life that was my son? A black life you helped kill?
I didn't kill him.
You didn't? What did you do to stop it? You said you took the job to make a difference. What difference could you possibly make? My son is dead. I don't care about your good intentions.
Look, my job is to serve and protect everyone. And I'm sorry about your son. I truly am. But blaming me isn't going to help. Look, I'm on your side. I took this job to show up for my community, to, infiltrate this racist system and be the change needed from both ends, the academy and my hood. Look, I'm over here trying to work both ends.
You can't work both ends, man. As soon as you put on that uniform, your black is diluted. No longer do you see us as people, but as culprits, offenders, delinquents, suspects. Your good intentions are placed to the side once you suit up and pin that badge on.
My intentions are my priority.
Your intentions aren't worth shit. We are still getting killed.
If my intentions aren't worth anything, what are yours worth? All I hear is a lot of talk. Like, what are your intentions? With your family, your wife, this community? What are they worth? You over here pointing fingers. Look, I bet all you do is take care of the house by working, and that's it. Only showing support when nagged about it. Look, really, this rally wasn't your idea. From what your wife told me, you didn't even want to do it.
Keep my wife out of your mouth.
See, I see right through you. You're trying to create a bubble you can't close. Your hate for me is really a disdain toward the community. You want to get out, but you don't know how. You're stuck. Look, I didn't do shit to you.
Yo, you sound stupid.
You're one of those guys who claim to be putting the youth onto game, but have no real plan on how to get them to use that game. A lot of talk, but no action. Always piggybacking on other people's ideas. You know what you should do is? It's probably what people hear from you the most.
You talking to me? Sounds like you talking about yourself.
No, really. What are your plans? Or does your wife make all the plans? It has to be frustrating to not be the man of the house anymore. Look, your wife's clearly running things.
James goes for the officer's throat.
Shit!
I said don't say another word!
Will runs in and sees his ball, then sees them fighting.
No, Mr. James, what are you doing?
Officer reaches for his gun. Will is trying to get them apart. James is fighting to keep the officer away from the gun. Lights fade to Yvette and Gloria and crowd of noise rumbling, with chants starting and police lights circling in the background.
Yvette, girl, you're gonna have to say something.
I know, but I'm waiting on James.
Listen, he's coming. My son is probably just being stubborn.
Police are showing up.
Yeah, girl, go.
Yvette grabs the microphone and begins to address the noisy crowd.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone for coming today. This day is supposed to be about Chip, but it turned out to be much more for me. What I realize is that my son's death has nothing to do with me and more to do with where we live, how we live, and our expectations while we are living. You see, my son lived. He really lived. He played basketball and loved it. It allowed him to dream and set expectations for himself. Unfortunately, basketball allowed him to let go of the guard that the hood taught him. So now he's dead. This may not be the hopeful speech you were thinking about, but my heart won't let me fill you up with dreams that this is going to get better. Only with dreaming and being conscious will any of you make it. I want you to hear me. Please go for it. Dream the big dream, but do it knowing that you have to dodge reality, swerve through judgment, prejudice, racist, self-hate, bigots, disenfranchisement, and police.
Lights fade up on James, Will, and Officer fighting.
I just figured this out. I wish I had prepared for this. If I had, maybe I would be okay knowing that I did all I could.
Officer and James are on the ground fighting. Will gets in the middle of it and is pushed to the side.
I wanted to do this here in this park because this was Chip's favorite place. Somehow it drowned out the noise of the neighborhood, so much so that he forgot where he was. And as soon as he stepped out of the park that day,
Somehow James gets the gun away from the officer and is kicked towards Will. Will sees the gun, picks it up, then points it at the officer. James moves slowly towards Will. Lights fade.
this rally is a celebration of his life and a protest to the powers that destroy our dreams. This rally is to bring all this energy together to ensure the safety of our babies, friends, and loved ones. This rally is to heighten our consciousness in the midst of us dreaming. This rally is so that I and you can move on from the trauma that will surely wreck us if we don't deal with it now. This rally is to make us help each other to survive because this system is against us. This rally is to hold us all accountable. Lastly, this rally is to get us organized so that this doesn't need to happen again.
James takes the gun from Will, then places it on the ground and shoves it towards the officer. They make eye contact. Will embraces James as Officer grabs the gun, puts it in his holster, as Will and James walks off. Fades to black.